ADKAction has been awarded $50,000 by the Lake Champlain Basin Program for a new Clean Water Safe Roads partnership to try to reduce the amount of road salt that is polluting the lake. Tell us a little bit about this. Who are you teaming up with, and what are you hoping this program will do?
So the Clean Water Safe Roads Partnership has been years in the making, and it's an attempt to kind of form a cohesive campaign around salt reduction for our entire region. We're teaming up with AWI, that's the Paul Smith's College Adirondack Watershed Institute, as well as Lake Champlain Sea Grant. And the project that we're doing now is completely focused on municipalities. So as many of your listeners know, the Randy Preston Road Salt Reduction Act passed in December. And so that's going to create a task force and a pilot program for major salt reduction in the Adirondack region. This grant that we've received is focusing on helping the municipalities prepare for some of the changes that might result from the legislation. The legislation is not going to put any mandates or restrictions on municipalities directly, but everyone is expected to work in good faith together for salt reduction. And so ADKAction is really thrilled to be able to support the municipalities directly. So many of them are already doing such a great job.
And we saw just this week, the Fund for Lake George. There are some townships around Lake George and Warren County that for a number of years now have been taking steps to reduce the use of road salt, to reduce the amount of salt that's getting into Lake George and other waterways in that region, in that part of the Adirondacks. And they're using high-tech equipment now that's allowing them to really get a good indication of how much salt they should use on the roadways. They're also using a brine before storms come that they're applying to the road beforehand. That's helping to reduce the need to go out and treat the roads, and again, reduce the amount of salt that they're using. Are a number of municipalities up here in the Lake Champlain Basin area looking at some of the same technology and equipment that they've been using in the Lake George area?
The Lake George area, the Fund for Lake George and their partners have been doing fantastic work, and they're very, very much ahead of the curve, not just within our state, but across the country. They have invested in technology, and they really believe in making sure that you know how much salt you're putting down so that you can measure the reduction. And so what ADKAction hopes to do is take some of the lessons learned in Lake George and then bring them to the wider region by supporting the municipalities as they seek to understand and implement best practices. We're going to be working one-on-one with all the municipalities on the New York side of the basin to actually come up with action plans for each municipality so they can start where they're at and take the next couple of important steps towards salt reduction.